good? How did we spend our day? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. Thank you for having us here again. And today it's going to be a very beautiful moment. I hope that we all enjoy our time here, okay? So, for those persons who will be connecting, let me know how you spent your day. I would like to hear about that in the comment box. Yeah, we started a series yesterday that have to do with love, relationship, marriage, and family. And it's going to still continue as long as we are still alive by God's grace. But on this night discussion, we are still going to discuss on something of similar line, except that we want to focus more relationship wise, right? Whether it's marriage, whether it's family, whether it's dating, but it's going to be tailored more onto dating aspect, right? So of recent time, I've heard people say, Kai, I've been used. I don't know if my partner really loves me. I cannot even tell what exactly is happening. And some persons, in fact, one of the recent trend I've seen online, and it's very scary, where a guy happened to break the news and ask the girl that the both of them have been together for a while, will you marry me? And then, to his utmost surprise, all he is getting is, no, I cannot. And the big question now is, what have you been doing all the while? What have we been doing all the while if you can't settle down with me? In fact, there's this video I actually watched because it was a live scenario that actually took place, and then the people around were videoing it live, right? The guy asked the girl out in school and was like, would you marry me? So everybody were like, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes. To his greatest surprise, the girl actually turned him down. And I've seen a couple of these here and there. The question now is, what exactly were they doing all the while? What were they actually doing all the while? Yeah, thank you so much, Zeniko. Thank you so much. It's awesome having you here. How did you spend your day? I trust your day actually went well. Let me know in the comment box how you spent your day. So the great question was, what have we been doing? And you could see the guy was trying to tell her, that's kind of, what's wrong? Why are you doing this to me? You could see that in his emotion. And I'm like, what have they been doing? That means this guy somehow have told the girl that, or maybe I've asked her, would you marry me? And the girl must have said yes. Zeniko, how did you spend your day? Let me know in the comment box. Thank you every other person that's connecting. I really appreciate our presence. How did we spend our day? Please, if you're just connecting, do well to like the live stream. Do well to like the live stream. How did we spend our day? Let me know in the comment box. On today's discussion, we're talking about dating generally, right? But as with regards to relationship, there are things that one would do as a guy and it will trip the girl off. You'll never get her attention. Those are things we want to talk about on this live stream. Please, if you are just connecting, do well to like the live stream, okay? Do well to like the live stream. So what are those things that a guy would do and then he will lose the girl? Yeah, I'm actually from Nigeria. I'm connecting from Lagos. Nigeria is actually the western part of Africa. So I'm precisely in Lagos State, Nigeria. So how about you? Let me know in the comment box. Where are you connecting from? Thank you every other person that is connecting. Where are we connecting from? Let me know in the comment box how you spent your day. Also, on this line of discussion, we're talking about things that can actually drive her away. Let me know in the comment box, what are those things you feel as a guy, if you do, it will drive your lady away? And then as a lady, what are those things you feel if a guy should do, it will drive the guy away from you? So let us know. It's actually a conversational topic. What do you think as a guy, if you should do, it will drive the lady away? As a lady, what do you think if a guy should do to you in a relationship, it will actually drive him, it will actually drive you away from the guy? So I was sharing a scenario where a guy who had been dating a girl for quite a long while, and then that day he wanted to take it to the next level, and to his utmost surprise, the lady actually turned him down. And it was a public embarrassment because they had already videoed it. You know, these days, any little thing people want to post online. So they had already videoed. It was like a live section. And the girl said no. The guy was even begging, what's wrong? It was actually something that is shocking to him. So there are things that are actually red flag that if you keep doing. Yeah, thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much. It's amazing having you here. Where are you connecting from? Let me know in the comment box. How did you spend your day and where are you connecting from? Also, for those persons who are just connecting, do what to like the live stream. Do what to like the live stream. So there are red flags that your lady must have been giving you, but just because you did not pay attention to. And these are those things that makes it that, oh no, Jay, I don't know. You can tell me about it in the comment box. Which gen exactly? You can tell me about the music in the comment box. So what are those things you could do? All right. There are things that guys generally we do, and then we don't know that it's actually something that will backfire. We're actually setting up ourselves for failure, right? So there are things I'm going to be listing as a guy you need to start avoiding if you're in a relationship. If you actually want to take it to the next step, you need to start. Trust me, it is a good song. Okay, I'll check it up. I'll check it up. I'll check it up. What are the lyrics like? What is the lyrics of the song like? Okay, okay. I'll really appreciate. Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much. I'll really appreciate. Please, every other person that is connecting, let me know where you're connecting from. And also, let me know how you spent your day in the comment box. If you're here to subscribe, please do well to subscribe. So, one of those things is, yeah, thank you so much. Ah, amazing to know, Jay. It's amazing to know. Jay, are you married? Sorry to ask, are you married? Let me know if, okay, what I'm asking is, I want to know what are those possible things that one could do in a relationship, whether dating or marriage, that would push the lady away. Okay, okay, okay. So I want to know what are those possible things one would do that will push the lady away. And then as a lady on this live stream, let us know what are those possible things that a guy would do. Oh, okay, okay. It's fine, Jay. It's fine. It's nice knowing. All right. So number one is too much availability will make people reduce the respect they have for you. As a guy, if you're always available, imagine a commodity that is readily available. You will have less craving for it. So as a guy, you need to be a bit scarce. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you for having me here. How did you spend your day, Jason? How did you spend your day? Let me know in the comment box and where you're connecting from. Jay, how did you spend your day? Let me know how you spent your day, okay? So if you are readily available, trust me, your relationship would not last because the lady would not value you. You need to create that atmosphere where you're a bit scarce. Where you're a bit scarce. You can actually be physically absent, but emotionally you are present. So what we're talking about is that physical scarcity. Just look for a way to create an atmosphere where you are a bit scarce. Because where you are always very readily available, ladies like that mysterious guy, that guy that is always acting a bit mysterious. So you have to mix that combination. Yeah, thank you every one of us. I can see us. How are we doing? Let me know in the comment box. How did we spend your day? Also, please do well to like this live stream. Do well to like the live stream. Please do well to like the live stream. So, ladies do not like the guys that are readily available. They want to perceive that sense of you are working on something. Something is keeping you busy. That you can, it's not always you be readily accessible. But when you give her that perception that she can get you anytime she wants, at a peck and call, she can actually get you anytime she wants, then trust me, you will be an option B or an option 20. While she's craving for that guy that is not even giving her that time and attention. So that's one thing that most guys, they actually do wrong. That's one step they take wrong. That is wrong. The next one is too much talking will make your words lose the value. Sometimes you need to be someone that is of few words. When you are always talking, even the ones that is not necessary, the lady will get fed up. Excuse. The lady will actually get fed up. Yeah, thank you everyone for connecting. I hope you have liked the live stream. I was asking earlier, tell me how you spent your day. And then if you're a guy on this particular live stream, what from your experience, share with us. What are those things you feel that if a guy should do, that the lady, it will drive your lady away? And then if you're a lady, what are those possible things that you feel that if your guy should do, it will actually push you away? Those are things we want to know on this live stream, okay? So I'm saying that you need to be someone that is very calculative with his words. It's not every time you will be speaking, you'll be saying something. Sometimes you need to reduce your volumes, your quantity of words. Be a person of few words and be intentional with your words. Your words should be something that is relevant. It's necessary at the moment. Not every time you're always talking. She'll get fed up of you. So that's another thing. The next one is too much giving will make people take you for granted. Trust me, if you are somebody that any small thing you are giving, the lady will just see you as a ATM, either emotional ATM or financial ATM. So there must be that time where you are able to say no and then you don't feel guilty for it. You have to push yourself to that level where you can say no and then you don't feel guilty. It's not every time that you must be readily available financially. Sometimes you need to make her understand that there are days that it will not be available. There are days it will not be available. In fact, this will help you test that if it is not available tomorrow, will she still continue? But when you are always giving, any little thing you are there giving, you are already putting your hands in the pocket, you're already making transfers. Someone said something that's very funny. In fact, he said that if you continuously make transfer to every touching story, very soon you become the next touching story. Yeah, it's quite humorous, but it's the fact. If any little thing you are giving out, any little thing, she'll just see you like somebody that is just a financial cash up point. She'll just see you that way. So it's not every time that you must be giving. It's not every time that you must be giving. Sometimes you must be able to say no and then you don't feel guilty. The next one, that as a guy, if you continue doing this thing, trust me, you'll be pushing her away. Is too much kindness will make people think you are weak. Too much kindness will make people think you are weak. So if you want to be that nice guy, always saying sorry for everything, always not wanting to be on that other end where you are perceived as not being kind, trust me, the lady will feel that you are a weakling. Sometimes you have to push the boundary. Sometimes you have to push yourself a bit, not acting so nice. Sometimes you have to be neutral in things. That's one aspect that guys do not take note. Yes, it's good to be nice, but we're saying the extreme of it. Because that guy that's not rendering that 100% kindness, that knows when to render the kindness, would be the person that she's craving. Whereas you should just see you like someone that she can always get anything from, whether attention, whether help, anything at all. That once she have any need, emotional, financial, anything at all, she can always reach out to you. The next one is too much explanation will make people question your truth. So if you are someone that doesn't want to make mistake, you always want to explain yourself in every little thing, my dear, there are things that people cannot just understand. There are things that ladies will not understand. If you keep explaining, no matter how well you want to explain, just leave some things the way they are. Don't stress yourself on explaining excessively. There are things that you cannot just explain and finish. That is just the truth about it. For instance, ladies believe that all guys are cheat or all guys have the tendencies to cheat. You cannot finish explaining that because you already have that mindset. And there are people that mindset is very strong. So just leave things the way they are. You are at fault or you are not at fault. She perceived that you are at fault. If you have explained with few words, she's not believing you. My dear, just allow it be. That is the truth. Just allow it be. Because the more you try to explain things, you are even complicating issues. Most times, the more you try to explain things, you end up complicating the whole issue. Thank you so much, everyone, for still staying by. Thank you so much. Please, I am still waiting for our comments in the comment box. I want to hear our own experience. What are those things I think if you do as a guy, it will be pushing the lady away? Or as a lady, what do you think that if a guy should be doing, it will be pushing you away? I want to know those things in the comment box, okay? So the next one is, too much tolerance will make people keep crossing your boundaries. Know the point, have boundaries in things. Know the point to say no. Know the point to say, please, don't cross this boundary again. Don't do this thing. Let her understand that even you too, you are human. Not every time she's doing something you don't like, you are tolerating because you don't want to miss her. You don't want her to go. My dear, a lady that wants to leave will always leave. A lady that wants to leave, any excuse can be a reason for her to leave. That is the truth. So don't think that because you want to avoid trouble, she will continue staying. In fact, that will even give her ground to use you. That's the truth. That will give her the grounds to use you. That is just the truth about it. So let her know what you don't like, how you like your things to be. Let her know. Create that boundary. Let her learn to appreciate you for who you are. Let her learn to appreciate you for who you are. Thank you everyone for connecting. Thank you everyone. Let me know in the comment box where you are connecting. Also, let me know how you spent your day. So on this live stream, we're talking about issues that have to do with dating. And then the topic is actually things you would do that will keep her away. Things that you do that will push her away. So as a lady, if you are connecting, let us know what are those possible things you feel if your guy should do, it will only end up driving you away. And then if you're a guy, what are those things you feel from your experience, share with us, that if you do, the lady will be, you will never get the lady, you will end up losing the lady. Those are things we're talking about on this live stream. So as I was saying, try to create a boundary in your relationship. As a guy, let her know the points that she cannot cross. If she does what you don't like, tell her straight up that you don't like this thing. Make it emphatically. Let her understand. Please, if you are yet to like this live stream, please just double tap your screen or the like button. You can click on the like button to like this live stream. So let her know that you don't like this thing. It shouldn't continue. That the next time she will do it, she should not blame you for your action. Okay? Maybe you stumble across a call or a chat with another guy, and then because you just want to avoid issue, you say, okay, let me sip up. Let me just sip up. Ha, my dear, she will continue doing more. Or maybe she returns back at a time that is not comfortable with you. Let her know you don't like that. Or you saw her in a compromising position. What you don't like, let her know you don't like it. Possibly she's someone that nags. Let her know you don't like someone that nags a lot. Or someone that would not return call. Anything at all that you think that you will not like. Because love is supposed to be something that is based on a ground of mutual understanding, a ground of mutual compromise. So I compromise here, you compromise here, and we all come to a mutual understanding. It should not be something that one side is the only person that will always compromise, the only person that will always take the fault. So everybody should be treated equally. So as a guy, if you don't create boundaries, trust me, you will lose her. Because ladies want that guy that knows what he wants. That's what ladies want. They want the guy that knows what he wants and then goes for what he wants. The guy that is not just driven. the guy that is not rude. They want the guy that they can take authority from. They can take instructions from. Not the guy that they are the one giving instruction to. It is not the opposite way. Now, what is the next thing? All right. Too much trust will make you vulnerable to betrayals. If you see something that is questionable, speak out. Somebody say, if you see something, say something. So if you see something that is questionable, my dear, speak out. Don't just absorb everything. Don't absorb everything. So too much trust will make you vulnerable to almost anything. So if your instinct tells you something is wrong, please air out your mind. As a guy, if your instinct tells you this thing is wrong or this thing is actually taking place, have a moment with her that I feel this is what I am suspecting. Is it true or not? I want to know the truth from you. What I'm suspecting, hope is not the truth. That will let her know that you're actually perceiving a negative move from her end. Okay? Now that will take us to the next one. Okay? We'll say too much effort in wrong places will leave you drained. Too much effort in wrong places will leave you drained. All right, we talked about that aspect where you need to create a boundary, right? Now, when you see that the lady is always breaking your rules, or maybe in instances where you have caught her cheating, and then because you want to be that Mr. Nice and things like you don't want trouble, my dear, you will not get the kind of lady you want. You will not get the kind of lady you want. So if you are making effort and she's not making effort, my dear, it's better you move. If you are making the effort, she is not making the effort, it's better you move for the sake of your mental health so that you can have peace with yourself. If you are making the effort, she is not making the effort, move. Because I say that love must be built on a mutual understanding. All parties should sacrifice and not one party. So when you see she's not meeting up to the standard you want, you have make her understand the standard you want, the things you would want to be done, and then she's not making any effort. Stop investing your energy, your resources on things you know would not work. On a relationship that from the beginning, from inception, is giving you the red flag that it will not work. Let her go. Let her go. If she doesn't just want to compromise, if she doesn't want to give up anything, let her go for the sake of your mental health. All right, so the next one is too much free time will make people assume you are unserious. This is one thing most guys don't know. They feel that because ladies want somebody that is readily available, both emotionally, physically, financially, and so on, that all the time you must be available for her. That is not it. Ladies want to know that you are busy working on something. They like an adventurous guy, a guy that takes up challenge, right? That's the kind of guy that ladies want to submit to. Not a guy who is working aimlessly. We call it aimless drifting. It's not even, if you ask him, what is the next 2 years like? He cannot even tell you what his plans look like. The next 3 years, what his plans look like. He doesn't even have anything that is challenging him. No, ladies will not subscribe to that kind of guy. So they want to see you working on something. You may not meet up to all their desire at the moment, but they want to see that guy that meets up to their standard in the nearest future. They want to see you grow into that kind of guy. But when you are not working on something, my dear, she would leave you. Someone said that a lady can love you, but will move on with a guy who is ready. A lady can actually love you and move on with a guy who is ready. So if a guy whom she see, the guy has a future, the guy meets up with the standard she wants, she will leave you even though she loves you, because the guy is someone that she feel, okay, this guy has a vision, this guy has a direction he's actually heading towards. This guy is not confused. He knows what he wants. He's actually working for what he wants. This guy takes challenge. is not somebody that will just give up easily. Trust me, she would want to go for that guy. Thank you so much, everyone, for connecting. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're connecting from. Also, I want to know how you spent your day. We're actually on dating and relationship discussion today. We're saying, what are those things that a guy would do in a relationship and then it will push the lady away? So I want to hear from the lady's perspective, you're a lady, and then I will also want to hear from the guy's perspective. So I was taking the point, I said that ladies want, okay, yeah, I'm actually connecting from, I'm live streaming from Nigeria, and Nigeria happens to be the western part of Africa. So how about you? Where are you connecting from? And also tell me how you spent your day. Please, if you are just connecting, do well to like the live stream, okay? Do well to like the live stream. You can do so by clicking the like button or you double tap on your screen. So that ladies want to see that guy that is working on something. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is quite inspiring. I'm happy that you like the content, all right? Thank you so much. I'm grateful. So do well to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe, okay? Thank you so much, Raj. Thank you so much. So ladies want to see that you have something you are working on. What is the plan? All right. So for instance, guys will be preaching love, but ask them their plan. They don't have a plan as to, okay, as a lady, financially, what are my plans for you? As a lady, what are my plans for your family? Where do they come in? Okay, if we are to have children today, what are the plans for the kind of schools they want to go? What are the plans for the kind of place we want to stay? What are the plans for the kind of housing we want to? You get? What are the plans for the health insurance? Those are kind of things ladies want to see. A guy that is visionary, busy working on things. They want a guy that have a blueprint, not a guy who does not have a blueprint for his life. Okay, the next 2 years, what does he hold? What would he be proud of? All right, those are things they want to see from the guy. Those are things they want to see from the guy. So if you're a guy, you don't have a blueprint, then how do you even convince her to know that you're working on something? All right, how do you convince her to know that you're actually working on something? It becomes difficult. It actually becomes difficult. And trust me, this will push her away to the guy who have a blueprint for his life, who knows the kind of family he wants to marry into, the kind of family he wants to raise, the kind of children he wants to raise, the number of children, the kind of lifestyle he wants the children to maintain, the kind of lifestyle he wants the wife. You get? Those are things that would make her move to another guy who is ready, who have this blueprint. All right, the next one is too much apology will make you seem unsure of yourself. Too much apology. I think I've said this earlier. I wouldn't want to overemphasize it. But for the sake of those who are just connecting, right? Sometimes there are times where you are wrong. You don't need to outrightly come out and say sorry. You can say sorry in another way that is not the word I am sorry. Your action can say sorry. Get? And not always that your words must say sorry. Yes, ladies do not want that guy who is portraying himself as to be a weakling. There are times you want to say sorry, but you can say it through your action. Yes, you can actually say sorry through your action. You can say sorry by not repeating that action again. You can say sorry by, okay, now I've offended, let's say my lady, I've offended her. Instead of me coming out to say sorry sometimes, I can decide to say, how do I make up to you? Or I can decide to load her airtime, get, or I can decide to, what does she love most? I can decide to give her a gift. That, on the other hand, is another way of saying sorry. Do you get? So it's not always, and that's why even ladies, they have that code. It's not every time that they say sorry to you. They can use their action to cover up for the sorry they would have outrightly come out and say. So too much apology most time will present you as a weakling and will push her away to the guy who knows how to click those mumu buttons, those weak buttons of ladies, you get? They will move on to that guy. So as a guy, you must have other strategy. All right. let's say as a man who is married already, you have done something your wife is angry about. Every time you're always saying sorry for that thing. Maybe what about trying this way? You come back, what have not been fixed in the house, you try to fix that thing. That's a way of you saying sorry for an action. Okay, there's this thing someone say, okay, not like someone say, okay, there's this thing that most people don't know. In my section, when I'm counseling the married people, right, they want to make out with their wife. They don't know that women are psychologically driven. Guys are moved by what they see. Ladies are moved by what they hear. You get? Ladies, what you tell them, they go far to interpret those things, those words they hear, right? Now, if you actually want to make out with your lady, it start as a married man, it start quite earlier through the day. How your day went with her will decide the readiness psychologically from her end, right? So if in the morning you didn't check up on her, you didn't, all your actions are things that upset her, trust me, you will not get a pleasurable time with her, a pleasurable moment at the end of the day, because you have not fed her emotions. You have not given her that emotional attention. You have not given her that psychological attention. So these are some of the things that pushes lady to guys who knows how to click all these buttons. So it's not always you must always say apologies. There are other actions, there are other things you could do that means I am sorry. All right. So what is the next thing, right? Um, Too much dependence will make people control your choices. Too much dependence. When the ladies see that you have made her have that mindset, that feeling that without without her, you cannot move on with your life. Without her, your life have ended. Okay, I've seen I've had this scenario where I managed a client. The client was rushed into the emergency unit. As I then I was in the emergency unit. And the girl actually did something to the guy. It is something that most ladies know how to do. They want to get the guy's attention, right? She came out and was like, let this relationship end. I'm no longer doing again. I want to move on. Let everybody go their different way. And this is a relationship that the guy have put his all. He has actually done a lot in that particular relationship. And the girl is like, after all this investment, the girl wants to move on. The guy went and took Izal, that's insecticide, right? He took Izal, and was it Izal or Jig? I think it was Jig he took. And when he took the Jig, for me as a clinician, I don't think he actually took that Jig. I feel it was an empty bottle that he took. Although the smell was there, but I think it was an empty bottle he took, because the vitals and every other thing were actually normal, but he pretended to be unconscious. So the lady was crying and everything at the end of the day because her plans did not go as she wanted to get his attention in another way. She did something and she wanted to get his attention. So she decided to fake the breakup. Now, why, as a guy, why would you even think of the option of taking your life for a lady? Why would you even think of that? Why would you think of that? Because the guy is over dependent. That is why he had to go that length. So that type of guy, the girl can play on him anytime. The girl can play on him anytime, can play on his emotion. So sometimes even though you are depending on her, but it doesn't necessarily need to show it out to her. Because even as a guy, if the lady makes you look like, okay, she's depending on you, that without you she cannot survive, my dear, you will see that that guy will play on you. The guy will play on you. So the thing is a two-way thing. If the lady finds out that you are over dependent on her, your life cannot continue without her. Life revolves around her. Then she's going to play on you. You are rather chasing her to a guy who is not giving her attention. And you know, funny enough, that ladies whom guys are sleeping on their DM are actually sleeping on other guys' DM who is not even having that time for them. So you mustn't be over dependent. That's the emphasis of this point. You mustn't show her that life revolves around her. that without her, your life cannot move on. Yes, you mustn't make her feel that point. If not, you become more vulnerable. So what's the next thing as a guy that if you do, you end up pushing her away, right? So too much complaining will push people away from you. Yes, if you're this guy, for me, I don't like people that nag, whether you are a guy or you are a lady. If you nag too much, I can't even feel comfortable around you. It's something that is I'm psychologically preset that way. That if I enter an environment that people nags, I can't survive in that environment. So if you're over complaining, you end up pushing people away. There are times that you don't see, no, it's not every action the lady takes that you must complain. It's not every action. Sometimes the lady might even be tempting you. That is the truth. And you know that there are people that can never change in certain things. So learn to appreciate more of her positive qualities and stop magnifying her negative qualities. Because your over complaining would make her feel that while she's trying to make effort, you are not even appreciating the effort she's making. You are rather seeing the lapses that she has. Yes, that is what over complaining would portray to her. That you are rather focusing more on her lapses rather than her effort. So every lady, whether she loves you or not, they are making certain level of sacrifices. So they want to be appreciated for the effort they are making. They want to be appreciated for that effort. Please, if you are just connecting, do well to like the live stream. How do you do so? Either you click on the like button below or you double tap on your screen. I'll really appreciate if you like this live stream. And also, if you are here to subscribe, do well to click on the subscribe button below. You'll see where they write subscribe. Please do well to subscribe, okay? So we're talking about dating, love, relationship on this particular live stream, all right? And we're focusing, the title is on things that you will do as a guy that will be pushing the lady away. So if you're a lady, let me know from your own perspective. If you're a guy, let me know from your own perspective. So I was saying that on this point, we're talking about over complaining. If you complain too much, you end up pushing your partner away. So I'm saying that one of those issues with complaining is that if you are someone that over complain in a relationship, the lady will feel you are focusing more on her weakness rather on her strength. You are not appreciating her effort. And I'm saying that no matter how little her effort looks like, every lady makes effort. So they want to be appreciated for that little effort they are making rather than you pushing them away, rather than making them feel they are not making any sacrifice at all. For the fact they're even giving you attention is sacrifice enough, and they want to be appreciated for that. For the fact that they have time to speak with you, the time to visit you, it means that they are making effort and they want to be appreciated for that. And there are people, interestingly, there are people that don't know how to appreciate people. They can't even appreciate you. And if you are this kind of person, you are rather pushing that lady away because lady wants attention, both verbally and in actions. They want to see you giving them that attention, giving them that accolade that they are making effort. They are really trying. That's one thing ladies want to see. And another thing with complaining is that it makes the other person feel you are always right, whereas she's never right. She'll feel that she's always wrong while you are always correct. So as a guy, try to reduce the number of times. There are things that you should overlook. As I've said, there are people that can never change in certain things. Just zero your mind that way. Just know that there are people that can never change in certain aspect of their life. If you know this already, it will help you know how to relate with people out there. So rather focus on the part that is positive. Okay? So as I've said, if you complain a lot, the second aspect is that it makes that lady feel you are always right, whereas she's always wrong. That is one of the side effects of over complaining. So I think I'll move to another one, which is that too much showing off will attract fake attention. Too much showing off. Sometimes you need to live your natural life. Sometimes you need to return to low key. You need to be at the background. When you are always trying to impress someone that would never be impressed, someone that is not even looking at your attention, you will be the one living under pressure. You want to drive the latest car, you want to wear the latest shoe, you want to put up that fashionable dress, you will be putting yourself in too much pressure. Because no matter how much the lady wants to make the best makeups, trust me, once it is 12 o'clock, that makeup, she will wash it away. Once it is 9 and 10 o'clock in the night, she will wash the makeup away. There are moments in her life where she is at her natural state. And that's why sometimes most guys will be surprised that the lady they saw on phone, the lady they saw on the profile pic is actually different from the lady physically. Yes. So if you are putting all your effort to look artificial, all perfect, you will be putting yourself under too much pressure. Let her know your natural side. Let her know how you look like, and not showing her artificial side. Because if you keep wanting to impress her, wanting to show that artificial side, you would keep the effort, the momentum always on to ensure that that standard is maintained. So let's say, for instance, every time she comes, you must ensure that you take her out, she gets a gift back, or every time she asks for something, you will provide it. My dear, the day you will not provide it, it will look like you are broke. It will look like, okay, the relationship is already going. In fact, the more you feed ladies financially, it will drive you, even as a lady too. There are guys who benefit from ladies. That's the truth. There are guys that benefit financially from ladies. So if all the attention is focused on financial provisions, what I can take out of it, what I can benefit out of it, the day that would not come, because that is what the bedrock, that will be the foundation of that relationship. The relationship would have a way of shifting to what I can gain. So the day it will not be there, she'll start looking at the direction she can get what is not there. That is what will absolutely happen. She'll start looking at that direction where she can get what is not available. So you try to live your natural life. Let her know that there are times that these things will not be available. In fact, there are guys that they are very shy to let the lady know the family they are coming from. Let the lady know their parents. If my parent is suffering, my dear, know them for who they are. I can't start faking for you that I'm from a rich home when I know I'm not. So accept me for who I am. Why should I be struggling to impress you when tomorrow if we settle down together, you will still meet those persons. You are still going to see them in their natural state. So why am I trying to fake it? That's why, and the thing about marriage and love is that the way you start it is the way it should be. Because if those things are no longer there, your partner will want to move on. Because they are not seeing what brought them, what attracted them in the first instance. They are no longer seeing it. So show them what you know you want to maintain, what you can maintain. That's what ladies want to see. But if you are someone that is living an artificial life, you will lose her. Because when the resources for sustaining the artificial life is no longer available, she will move on. She would move on. So what is the next thing to consider? All right. So too much forgiveness without correction will encourage repeated offense. Too much forgiveness without correction will lead to, all right, I think this thing is what most guys don't know. They feel that if you caution a lady and if you are firm with that part that you don't like a particular thing, you might end up losing her, most especially if she's showing you the sign. For me, as I've said, anybody that wants to live will always live. If misunderstanding is the reason why your partner leaves you, it means that he or she always wanted to live. If misunderstanding is the reason why your partner left you, it means that he or she, because somebody that always wanted to live would actually live. Please, if you are just connecting, do well to like the live stream. I appreciate every one of us. Let me know in the comment box where you are connecting from. And also tell me how you spent your day. If this particular discussion is quite entertaining, it's quite useful to you, let me know in the comment box. I want to get our comments right now. I want to get our comments at this point. So, as I was saying, there are times you need to be emphatic enough. You need to be firm with your decision. There are times you need to be firm. Let her know this thing you have done, I don't like it. Don't repeat this thing again. It is not just about forgiveness. I don't want this thing to continue. She will now know that you are a man of your words. You are a man that knows what you want. You have what? You know your values and you have boundaries to things. Okay? So what's the next one? Too much waiting will make you miss the right moment. Too much waiting. So you are the guy that it is to her terms. It is when she wants. She can't wait for you. She can't be the one waiting. She can't be kept waiting. It is you that is good to be waiting. My dear, in fact, that is a red flag already, showing that this lady is not meant for you. If you are always the one that is on the waiting list, everything, it must be at her terms. That is a red flag already. There are times that should be the one waiting for you. Yes, it should be a vice versa. As I say, a relationship and love should be something that is built on a mutual understanding, on a mutual ground of understanding. I bring my 100%, you bring your 100%. We try to merge it together, dropping our 50, you drop your 50, and we look at a neutral ground, and we now make it another whole, another 100%. That's how it should be. All right? So, life is about balance. Too much of everything, even good things, too much of everything, including the good ones, can actually lead to discouragement, can lead to the end of relationships. So too much everything can lead to being undervalued and misjudged. If you are always a giver, the day you don't give, you can be misjudged that you don't love her again, or you are broke. So it can also reduce your value. Sometimes it's not every time that you must be that forgiving type. At times you must caution her. You get? So too much of everything can make you undervalued or can make you misjudged. The next one is that guide your presence, manage your energy. Guide your presence. As I say, scarcity is another rare commodity that people don't bring into their relationship. As a lady, have moments where you are scarce. As a guy, have moments where you are scarce. Because if you are readily available, any food that is readily available, you lose appetite for that food. If you are readily available, she will not see your value. She will go for the guy that is not always available. Please, if you are just connecting, thank you so much. Cheers, thank you so much. Do what to like the live stream, please. Just like the live stream. Either by double tapping the screen or the like button. You click the like button. I would really appreciate, please. Do what to like the live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, as I was saying, manage your presence. Have moments where you are scarce, where you are a bit withdrawn. As I said, the fact that ladies need attention is not always that the attention will be physical attention. Ladies, what they want is emotional attention, not physical attention. I'm not saying they don't want physical attention. What I'm saying is that you can be physically absent but emotionally available, which is why I say ladies are moved by what they hear, not majorly what they see. It is guys that are moved by what they see. All right? Guys are the ones that are constructed, built in that way, to be moved by what they see. So that means that you may not be seeing me, I am dropping message. All right? Okay, my day is going to be a busy one, so that you don't feel I'm not thinking about you. This is how my day is going to be. Please, if you don't hear from me, know that I'm busy doing this. Remember, I said that ladies want to know that you are working on something, right? So if you don't hear from me, I am busy on this task. I'll be doing this. This and this is wrong. Which I feel that this is why some relationships, so what? I like what you are saying, and I love how you speak. Thank you so much, Quitting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate too. It's nice having you here. I want to hear your own opinion too on this discussion. What do you think are other things that makes some relationship go sour? What are other things, right? So you can let her know that, okay, I won't be available for this time, or I'll be busy on doing this thing. That is another way of establishing your presence. Okay, sorry I've not heard from you the whole day, but don't forget someone out there is thinking about you. Don't forget I'm also thinking about you. The fact that my tax is busy does not mean that I'm not thinking about you. The fact that you have not heard from me since morning does not stop it, or does not overrule the fact that you are the most beautiful person in the whole world. Or I just want to text you, I just want to check up on you to let you know that you are the one that is feeling my thought. That is a way of establishing your emotional presence with her. You get? So, you ladies who want you to be emotionally present much more than physically present, because when you are excessively physically present, you become usual and common. You be commonized. You be commonized. So they want you to establish it in other ways. Just as I said in the aspect of forgiveness, ladies do not want that guy that everything they are on their knee, any little thing they are bowing. There are other ways you can say sorry. Okay? There are other ways you can say sorry. I believe for those persons who are already married, let us know your own way. How do you say sorry to your partner if you are the one that actually offended? If you are the offender, how do you say sorry to your partner? Is it always you use the word sorry, or you have other ways through your actions and so on? Do you have any action that you put up just to show that you are sorry? Let me know in the comment box. Let me hear from us too. What are other ways you can actually say I'm sorry without using that word I'm sorry? Let me know. Let me know. I'm waiting to see our own contribution. Let me hear from your own experience. What are other ways you can actually say I am sorry without using that word I am sorry? Okay, let me see. Someone's saying missing. What are those other ways? What are those other ways? I want to hear from us, please. I want to hear from us. Okay, thank you so much. I think, please, let's be guided on our words, please. Let's be guided on our words. All right? This is a public space. Let's be guided on our words. Thank you so much, everyone, for connecting. Let me know our own experience, okay? Let me know our own perspective with regards to that. So, to the next one, I want to talk about, I said that manage your energy. Now, there's this thing I was counseling my client one of those days. I said that if you are going out in a day, right? If you are stepping out in a day, just expect that this wall is actually a place of vibration. That's why we shorten it for vibes. It's a place of vibration. You will meet a lot of vibrations. The vibration of somebody that is mourning, the vibration of someone that is happy, the vibration of someone that is sad, the vibration of someone that is in his good and his best mood. You will meet a lot of vibrations out there. But don't allow that vibe of that person to control how you feel. Don't allow the person vibe to control how you feel. Happiness actually comes from within you. What you push out to your atmosphere is what will regulate your atmosphere and other persons around you. But if you allow other persons, their own energy to actually infect your own atmosphere, it will end you in disappointment. What do I mean in essence? Let's say you greeted me. As you greet me, I frowned at you. It is left for you. Thank you so much, Ekis. Thank you so much. It's amazing having you here. Thank you so much. So if I greet you, you frown at me. It is left for me, who have emotional intelligence, who is emotionally advanced, to interpret that you're frowning as though you had a sad day, as though things are not going well with you. And so instead of me to return the energy of frowning or getting upset, I would rather move on with my life, or I get to ask you, I hope everything is fine, without allowing that your frowning energy to get at me. Do you get? So, for instance, look at a child. If you smile, you find out the child is smiling. Oh, Mark, I don't do that. I don't do that, Mark. I don't do that. So if you smile to a child, you see the child, if you smile at a child, the child will smile back at you. If you frown at a child, the child will give you the same energy. That is how life looks like. So the energy that people bring around you, the superior one should be the one coming out of you. When people give you negative energy, transfer your positive. Allow your positive energy to be that strong that it does not control. Sorry, that it does not. It is not overwhelmed by the negative energy people are sending your direction. With this, you will go around your day very well. And then say, and set boundaries wisely. You are not meant to pour endlessly. You are meant to grow wisely. Know when to give, know when to step back, and know when to protect your space. I would like to move on to this aspect, okay? By saying that if you see these signs from a lady, just know that she's already growing. So whatever you be doing from all these things we have listed all the while will end up pushing her away, right? A lady that only comes to you when she have emotional need, things are not going well, she just needs someone to discuss with, she just needs someone to air out her mind. That lady is not meant for you. It's a red flag. A lady that only remembers you when her boyfriend is actually having misunderstanding with her. A lady that only remembers you when her boyfriend is not available. A lady that always remembers you when she have a financial need. That's a red flag already, that this one cannot move on. This one cannot head anywhere. I don't know about that, Mark. I don't know about that, okay? So, if you see all these red flags, please, just, if you cannot correct it, know how to move on already. If you cannot correct it, if it's something you cannot talk over, start moving on, because you are definitely not going to have her, especially if you do all those things we have listed earlier. It's only going to feed on her insecurity, and then you will lose her. So you are not supposed to be someone that is another person's emotional automated transfer machine, or someone that only when they are in their low times, only when they are in their difficult times, they run to you. You too, you also have your challenge that you are going through. Let somebody be there for you, okay? So let's end with this one, all right? What are the mature ways of you being in a relationship? Be patient with your partner. Remember, I talked about not over complaining. Be patient with your partner. Know that she too, she's not perfect the way you too, you are not perfect. So be patient with them. If you see a particular flaw from them, they have a particular flaws. As I said earlier, try to appreciate the positive ones. Stop overemphasizing on the negative ones while she's working on herself to improve herself on that area. Because you know, in relationship, everyone comes with their own flaws. They have their own defaults. So what makes it a sweet relationship is when everyone have a mutual understanding. I tend to compliment you. Love should be more of compliment. I tend to compliment your weakness. My strength complements your weakness. You get? That is what makes love a sweet one. Okay? That's what makes a relationship a sweet one. So what am I saying? Be patient with your partner. Avoid forcing your partner to do something against his or her wish. If she doesn't wish to do a particular thing, give her time. Or make her understand the reason, not by being domineering, but by being empathetic. Make her understand the reason why you want what you want to be as someone who is a partner, not someone who is a boss over her. Let everything happen in the right time. There is no need to rush things. All right. The next one is avoid listening to rumors. I was sharing an experience with someone today. I said that there was a time I almost lost. They say it's hard to listen to what you are saying. You are okay. Thank you so much, Mark, for the compliment. Thank you so much. All right. So avoid listening to rumors. There was a time I almost had issue with my relationship because the kind of words I was hearing about my partner was not appealing at all. So if I had clicked in to that word, I would have hit a rock at that time. So most time, what you need to do is to pay a deaf ear to rumors. If the person is bold enough sometimes on certain things, let the person say it before your partner. And then, my dear, it's not every word, it's not everything that you should magnify. There are issues that are very little that we tend to magnify most times, and then it ends the relationship that you have spent time, investing your finance and things like that. So what am I saying in essence? These rumors most times are spread by jobless people. They can also keep gathering this false information to spread it even against you, or because they have interest in your partner. Sometimes some of these rumors are because they have interest in your partner. Like that one, it was because the person had interest on my partner. So majority of them do what? Have intention which aren't good. Some are even interested in your lover. They admire the way he or she cares and love you. So give a deaf ear to some of these rumors. The next one is be faithful and trustworthy to your partner. I know you may be far apart most times, and then you may be doubting your partner if they're actually faithful, if they're actually keeping to your agreement. Sometimes just try to be sure and understanding with them that they're actually doing the right thing. So, and because of that, you also, for some person, because they are in distance, they're not together, start flirting and sleeping around with different people, which isn't a good one. Fight those false thoughts that your partner is cheating. Fight the thought. And then so that they don't take you off the track. If you really love him or her, trust your partner. Try to build trust. And also, one thing that kills trust is where there is miscommunication or poor communication. So trust can only thrive where you communicate effectively with each other. You make your partner try to understand things, try to explain things out to them. The next one is what? Maintain communication, which I've already said. Maintain communication with your partner. Communication is the key. Try keeping in touch with your partner. As I said earlier, your day might be a busy one. Try to let them understand ahead of time or in between why you couldn't reach out. Call or text him or her at least once a day. Don't allow your lover to start missing you. Be closer in every possible way. The next one is what? Maintain prayers to God. I think this one, some of us are actually at fault. Some of us don't have that time where, oh, Mark, I actually appreciate, but maybe we'll do that after the live stream, okay? So I'm saying maintain prayers, have moments where you can, the ritual of praying to God, you can have that time with your partner, all right? Because partner who prays together, they tend to stay together. So you have that moment where you encourage yourself with the word of God and things like that. You say, I remember this well, night we, okay. So the next one, be caring. I don't mean you should go and borrow money from the bank when I say be caring. Oh. So be caring to your partner in your own little ways. There are different ways you can actually be what? Caring. There are different ways. So it's not by you buying costly things for your lover most time or going to expensive hotels in town. I mean doing the little things that your wallet can carry out. Those little things that your wallet can carry out. You can do it for your partner, all right? Without stress. Trust me, if your lover is understanding, he or she would appreciate and love you in that little ways, all right? Doing this will help you build your relationship stronger, okay? So, I don't know if we have any question at this time. We want to see how to close the curtain at this very moment. I hope this live section was something that's quite useful to us. And I believe we have learned something out of the live stream. Let me know what you have been able to pick out of the live stream. What is that take home? That thing you have learned out of the live stream. And as a guy, what are those things you have been doing that you think were pushing your partner from what we have discussed today? Is there any part you are faulting? Or are there other things you think that should be added? Let us know in the comment box. Because in the next 2 to 3 minutes, we should be wrapping up. All right? What are those other things you could be doing? Or as a lady, what are those things you feel if a guy is doing in the relationship, it can actually mar the relationship? Let us know, okay? Okay, I'm listening. I'm with you, Mark. I'm with you, okay? I'm with you. So if you are yet to like this live stream, do well to double tap your screen, or you can click the like button. If you are yet to subscribe, please do well to click the subscribe below. All right, just click that subscribe button below so that whenever I come on live stream, we'll get to have that moment together. And whenever I post, you can also be among the persons that will benefit, that will see the post the videos quite on time. All right, I want to believe in the absence of any question, any contribution, any suggestion, we may have to draw the curtain at this point. In the absence of any contribution, any suggestion, we may have to draw the curtain at this point. I really appreciate every one of us for connecting. Your time means a lot to me. Mark, I really appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much, Mark, for having you here. Ekis, thank you so much for having you here. Quitting, thank you so much for having you here. Raj, it was nice having you here. Jay, as well as every other person. Zeniko, it was amazing having you here. I really appreciate every one of us. Cheers. Thank you so much. I look forward to that moment where this particular channel becomes your most favorite click. But for now, stay safe. Do have a beautiful day ahead. Enjoy your day. Looking forward to see us subsequently on other live streams. God bless us all. Take care. Stay safe.